And we're live here in Falcon Park in Auburn, New York. I'm Evan Carocchio, and tonight the Auburn Doubledays are taking on the Elmira Pioneers. The Auburn Doubledays are second place in the West Division, and the Elmira Pioneers are third place, only one game behind. A crucial match here, as both teams only have 4 games left in the season. The season is starting to come to an end. Playoffs will be next week. Crucial win for both teams. It's going to be a great one here tonight, Falcon Park, on a sunny, beautiful 75-degree night. The Elmira Pioneers come into this game with a record of 21 wins, 17 losses. Like I said, they are third place in the West Division, 1 game behind the Doubledays and 9 games behind the first place Batavia Muck Dogs. In their last 10 games, they have 6 wins, 4 losses. They're on a 1-game losing streak. Their last game was here at Falcon Park on Tuesday versus the Doubledays. They ended up losing 4-3. Kelvin Warlow for the Pioneers went 3 for 4 with a home run, and he had 2 RBIs on the night. He was their bat that game. He was their MVP of that game for sure on the offensive side. Their next game after tonight will be Friday versus Geneva away. The Auburn Doubledays come into this game with a record of 22 wins, 16 losses, and 1 tie. They have clinched the playoffs, and they have 4 games left in the regular season. They are 8 games behind the first place Muck Dogs, and they are in second place in the West Division. They are on a 1-game winning streak. In their last 10 games, they have 6 wins, 4 losses. Their last game was supposed to be yesterday versus Elmira, at Elmira, but the game was postponed due to bad weather. It was pouring. The game was called in the 3rd inning. Stinks that had to happen, but Mother Nature came down during the game, and the weather was just that bad that the umpires had to call it. Let's hope that game gets made up, but I'm sure it won't with only 4 games left in the season. Their last home game was Tuesday versus Elmira. Doubledays won that game 4-3. Lucas West got the win for the Auburn Doubledays. He was exceptional in his start. And without further ado, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. Leading off for the Elmira Pioneers, playing second base, wearing number 2, Matthew Lehey. Batting second, EHing number 8, Cooper Smith. Batting third, the right fielder, number 34, Andy Schroeder. Batting cleanup for the Pioneers tonight, the first baseman, number 5, Darren Callahan. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 1, Evan Blanchard. Batting sixth, DHing number 27, Calvin Warlow. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 77, Patrick Ward. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 36, Eddie Kaufman. Batting ninth, catching number 16, Coy Schwanger. And batting last for the Elmira Pioneers tonight, the left fielder, number 44, Aiden Stern. On the mound tonight for the Elmira Pioneers is number 30, Garrett Rochon. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Auburn Doubledays. Leading off for the Doubledays tonight, the shortstop, number 8, Gavin Grapuso. Batting second, the DH, number 7, Fernando Espinal. Batting third, the left fielder, number 19, Ryan Grundy. Batting cleanup tonight for the Doubledays, the first baseman, number 32, Zach Bale. Batting fifth, playing right field, number 13, Tyler Lejeune. Batting sixth, EHing number 10, Gage Sanders. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 39, Adam Sullivan. Catching tonight for the Auburn Doubledays, batting eighth, number 30, Dalton Groves. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 1, Alex Sandell. And batting last for your Auburn Doubledays, the center fielder, number 9, Skylar Mays. On the mound tonight, last week's PGCBL Pitcher of the Week, number 4, Mr. Gage Rowe himself, looking for a great outing tonight against the Elmira Pioneers. This is a must-win game for the Doubledays. A win here would put them 2 games up over the Pioneers, and they would have to win 2 of their last 3 games after tonight to secure the second place position in the West. That's all I have until the first pitch at 7:05. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel after the national anthem will be sung and the ceremonial first pitches will be thrown. We'll be right back. The anthem has been sung. The ceremonial first pitch has been thrown. Doubledays baseball is just about underway here within the next minute. On the mound tonight for the Auburn Doubledays, number 4, Gage Rowe. Gage Rowe comes into this game with a record of 4 wins, 0 losses. He supports a 1.26 ERA through 6 games. He has thrown 1 shutout game, 35.2 innings pitched. He has thrown 31 strikeouts, does not walk that many batters whatsoever, 12 walks, and does not give up a lot of hits, only 20 hits on the season. Gage Rowe from Massasoit CC, the rising junior, looking for an exceptional start tonight on the mound. He was the PGCBL Pitcher of the Week last week. He threw a complete game against the Newark Pilots at home, only gave up 1 run. He's looking to do that against the Elmira Pioneers tonight. The first batter he will face off against will be their second baseman, number 2, Matthew Lehey. The Auburn Doubledays are in their home cherry red uniforms, and the Elmira Pioneers are in their away dark blue uniforms. Doubledays are in second place, Pioneers are in third. This is a crucial game for both teams, as Gage Rowe's going to get some grip from the rosin bag. Lehey makes his way towards the plate. First pitch is just about underway here in Falcon Park. Rowe pitching from the windup, getting signs from Dalton Groves. The pitch on the way is taken for a ball. The first pitch of the night is a ball from Gage Rowe to Matthew Lehey. The pitch taken for a ball, 2-0 count. That one was well upstairs. The 2-0 outside for ball 3. Matthew Lehey, the infielder from Rider University from Woolwich, New Jersey. That one is taken for a strike. 3-1 count. First strike of the night from Gage Rowe. He comes set the pitch, and that one's going to be hit to the shortstop, Gavin Grapuso. The throw to first is in time for the first out of the night. Great play by the shortstop. Gloves it cleanly, flips it to Zach Bale, the first baseman, for an easy first out. We've got 1 out here in the top of the first inning. That's going to bring up the second batter, Cooper Smith, DH tonight for the Pioneers. Rowe comes set. The pitch taken for a ball. 1-0 count with 1 out. The 1-0 on the way. Outside for ball 2. Cooper Smith, the outfielder from Tufts University. The pitch, and that one bounces in the ground. 3-0 count. 3 straight balls to Cooper Smith. Gage Rowe looking for a strike here. The pitch, and that one is in fact taken for a strike. 3-1 count. Familiar situation here. He was down 3-1 to Matthew Lehey. He then allowed Lehey to ground out. The 3-1 on the way, and that one's going to be belted into left field and go foul. Count is full. 10th pitch on the night from Gage Rowe. Throws from Noonan, Georgia, working with a full count approach to the righty Cooper Smith. Comes set. The pitch on the way, and that is taken for a ball. That's the first runner on first base tonight for the Elmira Pioneers, as Cooper Smith works a walk out of Gage Rowe. That's going to bring up a lefty in the Pioneers lineup, Andy Schroeder, the right fielder. Off of first is Smith. Bale will keep him close. He's inching his way towards second. The pitch bounces and gets away from Dalton Groves. That is going to be a stolen bag off of a wild pitch for Cooper Smith. 1-0 count. Gage Rowe has so far been struggling to find the strike zone. Thrown a few in the ground The 1-0 on the way. And that one is taken for a ball downstairs. 2-0 count. To Andy Schroeder. Off of second to Smith, the pitch. And that one's going to be hit into left field and dropped for a base hit. Being held up at third base, though, is Cooper Smith. Andy Schroeder gets the first hit of the night for the Elmira Pioneers. Schroeder on first, Cooper Smith on third. That's going to bring up the cleanup batter, Darren Callahan, first baseman for the Pioneers. Another lefty in their lineup with only one out. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit into center field. Back goes Skylar Mays. He's back still. Does he make the grab? It looks like he did make the grab. What a play out there in center field by Skylar Mays. But a run will score as Cooper Smith tags up. So it is a 1-0 ball game. Pioneers have scored their first run of the game, but that is the second out. What a wild play out there from Skylar Mays, the center fielder. He caught that one at the warning track. Smith tagged up and scored. Schroeder still on first. But due up to the plate is Evan Blanchard, the third baseman for the Pioneers. So 2 outs, 1-0 ball game. The 0-0 is downstairs for a ball. 1-0 count. On first, dancing around a little bit, is Andy Schroeder. And that one's going to be hit into left field. Rounding second, but staying put is Andy Schroeder. That is 2 hits on the inning for the Pioneers as Evan Blanchard has himself a single into left field. 2 outs. Runners are on first and second. Blanchard on first, Schroeder on second. So in 1 inning of play, Gaudreau has already given up 1 run. It took him 8 innings to give up 1 run against the Pilots. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be hit into left field. Running over that is Ryan Grundy, and he makes the grab. 2 runners left stranded, but a run will come in as a pop fly to center field from Darren Callahan scores Cooper Smith. Blanchard left stranded, Schroeder left stranded. 20 pitches on the night for Gaudreau. 1-0 ball game. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the first inning. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here for the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 ball game. As the Pioneers score in the first inning. Leading off for the Doubledays is Gavin Grapuso, the shortstop. Comes into the game with a batting average of .293, He's going to face off against number 30, Garrett Roshan. He supports a 3-win, 2-loss record, 4.75 ERA in 8 games, 41.2 innings pitched. He has thrown 35 strikeouts, 22 walks, and gives up a lot of hits. Gave up 39 hits in those innings pitched. The pitch on the way to Grapuso is a foul ball. So the first pitch of the night to Grapuso is a foul ball. Roshan's first pitch of the night is a strike. 0-1 count. Grapuso steps back in the box. The pitch on the way is taken for a ball downstairs. Count's tied at 1-1. Grapuso leads the PGCBL in stolen bags. Looking to get on base, pick up a few bags. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be dribbled right back to Roshan. The throw to first is in time. Great play by the pitcher for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. Flexing himself and makes the throw to first for the first out. With one out, that is going to bring up Fernando Espinal, the DH for the Doubledays tonight. He supports a .352 batting average, highest on the team. Set in the box, the pitch is a breaking ball that is well high. 1-0 count. On deck, Ryan Grundy, your left fielder tonight. Roshan comes set. The 1-0 on the way, and that one is swung on and missed. 1-1 count. Roshan comes set, the 1-1. And that one is taken for a ball downstairs. Count is 2-1. Fernando Espinal from Brooklyn, New York, the rising senior at Lenore Ryan University. The 2-1, and that one's taken for a ball well downstairs. Count is 3-1. A hitter's count to Espinal. Looking for a base hit or ball 4 here. The pitch on the way, and that one is inside. Espinal moves out of the way. He's going to reach first base. The first Doubledays batter to reach tonight will be Fernando Espinal off of a walk. Ryan Grundy due up to the plate, lefty in the Doubledays lineup. Roshan's going to pitch from the stretch now. Off of first already is Espinal. Roshan's going to give him a look. He's going to throw it back to first because Espinal was far off the bag. That's his first pickoff attempt to try and get Espinal. Espinal is right in the line of the sun. The pitch, and that one's going to be popped up to left center field. Running over is Aiden Stern. He makes the grab. Espinal is going to go halfway down the line, but going to have to go back to first base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first as Grundy pops up to left field for the second out. That's going to bring up Zach Bale, the cleanup batter tonight for the Doubledays, with 2 outs. Zach Bale supports a .262 batting average, known extra base hitter. The throwback to first, that's the second pickoff attempt to try and get Espinal. Again, a no-good attempt. Espinal already off of first with 2 outs. Roshan gives him a look. Comes set. There he goes to second. The pitch is a strike, but the throw down is not in time. A stolen base for Fernando Espinal to put a runner in scoring position. 10 pitches on the night for Garrett Roshan. Roshan gives Espinal a look, comes set, the pitch, and that one's going to be hit into center field and dropped for a base hit for Zach Bale. Espinal being waved home. The throw into home will be held by the pitcher. An RBI for Zach Bale to score Fernando Espinal. The game is tied at 1-1. That's the first hit of the night for the Auburn Doubledays. They tie it in the bottom of the first. Great hit there by Zach Bale. to pick up an RBI and a single. He's off of first, due up to the base, is Tyler Lejeune. The pitch to him is taken for a ball above the chest. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Bale dancing around off of first already. The pitch on the way, and that one is swung on a miss. Counts tied at 1-1. Bale already off of first. Roshan gives him a look. The 1-1, and that one's taken for a ball. 2-1 count. 15 pitches on the night for Roshan. Half of a full count to the lefty Tyler Lejeune. On deck, if Lejeune reaches, is Gabe Sanders, the EH. The pitch, and that one is fouled back. Counts tied at 2-2. 2-2 count, 2 outs. 1-1 ball game. Doubledays have their first hit of the night from Zach Bale. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be popped up. Third base side. And ricochet off the bleachers. A souvenir for the young fans as the count is still 2-2. Lejeune looking for a base hit here to move around Zach Bale. What can he do? The pitch, and that one is swung and a missed. A strikeout for Garrett Roshan, his first of the night. That will be the third out of the inning, but not after one run comes in. That's from Fernando Espinal going to score off of a base hit RBI from Zach Bale. 1-1 ball game. A walk given up, a hit given up, a run given up, and a strikeout from Garrett Roshan in the bottom of the first. We're going to make our way to the top of the second. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here for the top of the second, and that one is ripped down the third baseline, but foul. Patrick Ward due up to the plate. Tie ball game in the top of the second. 1-1 game. Both teams have a hit. Pioneers have 2. Doubledays have 1. Row comes set. 0-1 is well in the ground. 1-1 count. Bounces before the plate. The next pitch finds the zone. 1-2 count. Rowe ahead in the count. Looking for his first strikeout on the game in this one. Rowe pitching from the windup, comes set. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be hit into right field. And drop right in front of Tyler Lejeune. A base hit single into right field for Patrick Ward. First runner on base in the second inning. Due up to the plate is Eddie Kaufman, the center fielder for the Pioneers tonight, with no outs and a runner on first. On deck after him is Coy Schwanger, the catcher, who did not play in the last home game versus the Doubledays. A pitch on the way, and that was going to be dribbled down the third baseline. Sullivan collects it. The throw to first is in time. What a play by Adam Sullivan, the third baseman for the Doubledays. He front-handed that one and had a great throw to first base for the first out. As Kaufman is retired, that's going to bring up Coy Schwanger, but advancing to second was Patrick Ward. 25 pitches on the night for Gage Rowe. The pitch finds the zone. 0-1 count. Off of second is Patrick Ward. He's going to dance around. The pitch on the way, and that one's fouled back. 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ward off second. Sandell keeping him close. Rowe gives him 2 looks. Comes set the pitch, and that one's fouled down the first base side and going to hit off of the Pioneers clubhouse. 0-2 count. Still to the catcher. Rowe's going to give Ward a look. 2 looks. 3 looks. Comes set the pitch. Just misses downstairs. 1-2 count. A great breaking ball pitch that just missed the zone. Count is 1-2. The pitch on the way, and that one is swung on. Dropped by Groves. The throw to first is in time, though. A drop third strikeout for Gage Rowe as he catches Coy Schwanger swinging. That's his first strikeout on the night. He's got 1 in the books. That's the second out here in the top of the second inning. That's going to bring up Aiden Stern, and he's going to drill that one into center field. Running back is Skylar Mays. Makes the grab for the third out. So after giving up a base hit, he gives up a ground out, a strikeout swinging, and a pop-up to center field to the last 3 batters in the Pioneers lineup. No runs given up. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back. We're back here for the bottom of the second inning, 1-1 ball game. Pioneers have 3 hits on the game. Doubledays have 1 hit. Due up to the plate is Gabe Sanders. Supports a .340 batting average. In the box, ready to go. The pitch is a breaking ball that swung on and missed. Roshan approaching 20 pitches on the night. He's got 1 strikeout in the game as well. That was Tyler Lejeune to end the inning. 0-1 count, the pitch. Bounces before the plate for a ball. 1-1 count. Espinal was the first run of the game for the Doubledays. And that one's fouled towards the Pioneers dugout and out. Count is 1-2. Roshan ahead in the count. One ball, two strikes. The pitch on the way. Taken for a ball. Counts tied at 2-2. The pitch on the way. A breaking ball that misses the zone. 3-2 count to Gabe Sanders, looking for a base hit or a walk here. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be hit into right field and drop for a base hit. There's your hit, Gabe Sanders, the first runner on first base here in the bottom of the second inning. That gets the bats alive for the Doubledays. Adam Sullivan due up to the plate. Sullivan supports a .225 batting average. Looking to move around Sanders off of first. The throw down to first is not in time. First pickoff attempt from the catcher Garrett Roshan. Comes set from the stretch. Sanders inching his way towards second. The pitch, and Sullivan laid down a bunt attempt but pulled back. 1-0 count, as that one was well outside. One ball, no strikes. Sanders off of first. The pitch, and there he goes to second as Sullivan swings at that one. The throwdown is not in time. A stolen base for Gabe Sanders that puts a runner in scoring position with no outs. Count is tied at 1-1 as Sullivan swung on that one. The pitch on the way. A breaking ball that Sullivan swings and misses on. Count is 1-2. Roshan well ahead in the count. Comes set. Gives Sanders a look. The pitch. Outside for ball two. Two balls, two strikes. The pitch, a breaking ball that is chopped down the first base side. But the home plate umpire says that that one is a dead ball as it hits off the plate. Kind of still 2-2 to the lefty Sullivan. Roshan's going to come set, give Sanders a look. Two looks. The pitch, taken for a ball inside. Count is full. Three balls, two strikes. Roshan comes set. The pitch, and that one's going to be drilled in the right field. Running back is Andy Schroeder. He's back against the wall and gone! A home run for Adam Sullivan. He smacked that one over the right field wall. The Doubledays are opening up this game. 3-1 ball game as 2 runs score. An RBI home run for Adam Sullivan, making this game 3-1. Doubledays up by 2. What a blast out to right field to give the fans some life here at Falcon Park, and the Doubledays bats are alive. What a smack off the bat by Adam Sullivan to really open this one up. Groves up to the plate, working with a 0-2 count. Three to 1 Doubledays, 0-2 count to the catcher Dalton Groves. Roshan comes set. The pitch, a breaking ball that's taken inside. One-two count. Roshan comes set, the pitch, and that one clocks Dalton Groves. So Roshan gives up a home run to Sullivan, then hits the catcher for the Doubledays, Dalton Groves. No outs. That puts another runner on first base for the Doubledays. Sandell due up to the plate, the second baseman tonight. Off of first is Groves. Sandell lays down a bunt, but pulls back. No call from the home plate umpire. "35 pitches on the night for Garrett Roshan. Sandell lays down a bunt. This time connects, and it stays foul. Count is 1-1. Dribbled up the line, but could not stay fair. Would have been a good bunt to advance Dalton Groves, but Sandell probably would have been out. Good thing it stayed foul. Counts tied at 1-1. Both teams tied with 3 hits as Sullivan picks up the third hit so far of the game for the Auburn Doubledays. And there goes Groves. Swinging at that one is Sandell. The throw down to second is in time, says the field umpire. That's the first out of the game. Dalton Groves cannot believe that one. He's out trying to steal. Sandell swung at that one. So the count will be 1-2. First out as Dalton Groves is caught stealing. Great throw by the catcher Coy Schwanger to pick up the first out. The pitch on the way. A breaking ball that gets away from Garrett Roshan. Count is tied at 2-2. The pitch on the way. Taken for a ball below the knees. Count is full. The full count pitch on the way, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, Matthew Lehey. The throw to first is in time for the second out. Unlucky from Sandell. Bounced right to the glove of the second baseman. We've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to bring up the last batter in the Doubledays lineup, Skylar Mays. Mays supports a 149 batting average. Roshan comes set. The 0-0. Taken for a ball. Skylar Mays from Oregon, Ohio. The pitch inside to Skylar Mays. 2-0 count. Got 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. The first out was Dalton Groves, caught stealing. Great throw by Coy Schwanger. And the second out was Alex Sandell, hit for a ground out. 3 straight balls to Skylar Mays. A breaking ball is not finding the zone. The 3-0 on the way, and that one's taken for a strike. Mays laid down a bunt, then pulled back. He's still well ahead in the count, 3-1. On deck, if Mays reaches, is Gavin Grapuso, the leadoff batter. The 3-1 on the way, and that one's taken for a ball. The lineup's going to flip over. Skylar Mays works a walk. 4th runner on first base for the Doubledays in the bottom of the second. Grapuso, who grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. looking to keep the inning alive with 2 outs, as Coy Schwanger calls timeout to go talk to a starting pitcher, give him a moment to catch his breath before the next pitch. 3-1 ball game. Doubledays up by 2 after the home run by Adam Sullivan that scored 2. Sanders scored, Sullivan. 2-run blast to right field for Adam Sullivan. Off of first already is Skylar Mays. Gavin Capuzzo 0 for 1 of the night, looking for his first hit. And there goes Mays to second. The throwdown is not in time. Field umpire indicates that Mays is safe. Great jump there by the center fielder to pick up a stolen base. 1-0 count to the lefty Gavin Capuzzo. Mays already off of second. The pitch, a breaking ball that misses the zone. 2-0 count. The 2-0 outside for ball 3. Three straight balls to Gavin Capuzzo. Mays off second. Roshan gives him a look. The pitch, 4 straight balls to I guess that's only 3 straight balls to Capuzzo. The pitch on the way finds the zone. Capuzzo steps back in the box. Mays off of second. Roshan comes set from the stretch. The pitch. And that is ball 4. Now that is the 4th ball to Capuzzo. He's going to make his way down the first baseline. Picks up a walk. Back-to-back walks given up by Garrett Roshan. As he's had 50 pitches on the night with 2 outs. Fernando Espinal due up to the plate. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. Capuzzo on first. Mays on second. Espinal walked in the first, picked up a stolen bag, and scored off of a base hit from Zach Bale. Roshan comes set. The pitch. No call from the home plate umpire. 1-0 count. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. And that one's going to be blasted to center field. Underneath that is Eddie Kaufman. Makes the grab for the 3rd out. 2 runners left stranded. But it is a 3-1 ball game as the kid from Syracuse, New York, cracks this one open with a blast to right field. A 2-run home run for Adam Sullivan to open this one up here in the bottom of the 2nd. Espinal, the 3rd out, popped up to center field. 3-1 ball game. We're going to make our way to the top of the 3rd. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We're back here for the top of the 3rd. 3-1 ball game. Lineup flips over. Matthew Lehey due up to the plate. Grounded out to short in the 1st inning. Gage Rose still on the mound. The pitch. A breaking ball that's popped up first base side and well out of play. So in 2 games at home between the Doubledays and Elmira Pioneers in back-to-back home games, one of the 2 teams has hit a home run. It was Kelvin Warlow on Tuesday night. Tonight, it was Adam Sullivan, a 2-run shot. Warlow's was also a 2-run shot. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit down the third base side, and Sullivan duffs it off of his glove. First error of the night defensively for the Auburn Doubledays. Matthew Lehigh reaches first on an error from Adam Sullivan. Had a great play earlier in the game. Sure, he's not worried about that small hiccup there. So runner on first base, that's Matthew Lehigh. And due up to the plate is Cooper Smith. Smith walked in the first and advanced to second off a wild pitch, then scored off of an RBI pop out from Darren Callahan. 0-1 count. Lehigh off first. Bale keeping him close. And there he goes to second. No throw from Dalton Groves, as swinging at that one was Cooper Smith. Easy stolen base for Matthew Lehigh. That puts a runner in scoring position with no outs. 0-2 count. The pitch, and that one is outside, going to get away from Dalton Groves. And making his way towards third base effortlessly is Matthew Lehigh. 90 feet away from scoring is Lehigh. 1-2 count, no outs. Smith still up to the plate. Rowe comes set. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit to Sullivan. Gloves it, but called foul by the home plate umpire. Just to the left of the third base bag, enough to stay foul. Count is still 1-2 to Cooper Smith, who's already reached first base once so far in the game. One-two count. The pitch from Rowe is swung on and missed. A strikeout for Gage Rowe as he catches Cooper Smith swinging. That's his second on the night. And with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning, that is going to bring up the 3rd batter in the Pioneers lineup, Andy Schroeder, who singled in the first. 1 for 1 on the night, lefty in the Pioneers lineup. The pitch from Rowe is swung on and missed. A 1 count, 1 out. Schroeder back in the box. The pitch, outside, good stop by Dalton Groves there, the catcher for the Doubledays. And it looks like home plate umpire has something in his eye. Taking his time, let's hope that he's all right. Good block by Dalton Groves to keep Matthew Lehigh on third base, stop him from scoring. And it looks like home plate umpire is going to be all right. 1-1 count, 40 pitches on the night for Gage Rowe. Schroeder back in the box. Rowe pitching from the windup, comes set, the pitch. A breaking ball that's smacked into right field. And is that caught by Lejeune? No, it is not. It was dropped by the right fielder, Tyler Lejeune. So scoring is Matthew Lehigh. That's an RBI for Andy Schroeder as it drops in front of Tyler Lejeune. The sun is bad out there in right field. So back-to-back hits for Andy Schroeder. Picks up an RBI, 2-3 ball game. Due up to the plate is Darren Callahan, cleanup batter. Popped up to center field in the first for an out. 2-3 ball game. Pioneers only down by 1. The pitch to Callahan is called strike to the lefty cleanup batter. Rowe ahead with 2 strikes. Off of first is Schroeder. Rowe's pitching from the stretch, taking his time before this next pitch comes set. Throws it back to first, but the pickoff attempt is not in time. Good move by the starting pitcher for the Doubledays, but not in time. And that one is fouled down the third base side. Schroeder got a good jump there, but it's going to have to go back. Callahan fouled off. The pitch, and that one is swung on and missed. A strikeout for Gage Rowe as he catches Darren Callahan swinging. 2 strikeouts so far in the top of the third. That's the second out. Third strikeout on the night for Gage Rowe. What a pitch there to catch Callahan swinging. The throw back to first is not in time to try and get Andy Schroeder. Evan Blanchard due up to the plate. Singled in the first. 3-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 1. The pitch on the way. Outside. The throw down to first is not in time. A great throw from Dalton Groves to try and pick off Andy Schroeder. Bale had a great tag, but field umpire says the tag was not in time. Great play from the catcher and first baseman. Just 1 millisecond off from an out. The 1-0 taken for a ball above the chest. 2-0 count. The 2-0 on the way, and that one's going to be popped up right field. Running in is Tyler Lejeune and Alex Sandell. Lejeune grabs it for the third out. A runner left stranded. 3-2 ball game. 1 run does come in. That's Matthew Lehey. Evan Blanchard ends the inning with a pop-up to right field. Doubledays still up by 1. They're due up in the bottom of the third. We'll be right back for the Doubledays at-bats. We're back here for the bottom of the third. 3-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 1. Spoke too fast there. Ryan Grundy up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Popped up to left field in the first inning. Looking to get on base here. Counts 1-0 to him. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be popped up left field side. Underneath that is Aiden Stern, and he makes the grab. Ryan Grundy is retired for the first out. Unlucky, that's back-to-back pop up, outs. Say that 10 times fast to left field. 1 out. That's going to bring up the cleanup batter, Zach Bale. Singled and hit an RBI in the first. The pitch on the way to him is a strike. 0-1 count. On deck is Tyler Lejeune, who struck out swinging in the first. The 0-1, a breaking ball that misses the zone. 1-1 count. That one clocked in at 70 miles per hour. Roshan comes set. The 1-1, taken for a ball down Staters. 2-1 count. Half of a full count to the righty Zach Bale. 55 pitches on the night through 2 full innings for Garrett Roshan. Comes set from the stretch. The pitch on the way, a breaking ball. Called strike by the home plate umpire. Counts tied at 2-2. Bale looking to get a base hit here. Kick things off in the bottom of the third. Let's see what he can do. Down 2-2. The pitch, and that one's going to be chopped down the third base side and stay foul. Collected by Evan Blanchard, but stays to the left of the third base bag. Count is still 2-2. Balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch on the way, a breaking ball that is inside. That one almost clips Zach Bale. Count is full. Roshan comes set. The pitch on the way, and that one smacked towards the Doubledays dugout. Count is still full. That was smacked to the Doubledays dugout. Hopefully everyone in there is all right. Can't tell from this angle. Roshan comes set. The 3-2 on the way, and that one's going to be smacked into center field. Running in as Eddie Kaufman makes the catch for the second out. Back-to-back pop-up outs for the Auburn Doubledays as Zach Bale pops up to the glove of Kaufman with 2 outs. That is going to bring up Tyler Lejeune. Struck out swinging in the first. 0 for 1 on the night, looking to redeem himself here. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, Matthew Lehey. The throw to first is in time. 3 up, 3 down, as Lejeune grounds out to the second baseman. No hits, no runs. 3-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the top of the fourth as the young fans run the bases. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We are back for the fourth inning of play between the Auburn Doubledays and Elmira Pioneers. Time is almost 8 o'clock. Taking an hour to get through 3 innings. Due up to the plate for the Elmira Pioneers is Kelvin Warlow. Row comes set. The pitch is taken for a ball. The 1-0. Taken for a ball again. 2-0 count to Kelvin Warlow. Popped up to left field in the first, and that one's taken for a strike. 2-1 count. Rowe approaches 50 pitches on the night. The pitch, and that one is swung on a miss. Counts tied at 2-2. Rowe already has 3 strikeouts on the night, looking for another one here. And that one is swung on and missed. 3 straight strikes to Kelvin Warlow for the first out here in the top of the 4th. He goes down swinging. 4th strikeout of the night for Gage Rowe. We've got 1 out in the top of the 4th. What a pitching sequence from the Doubledays starting pitcher there to pick up the first out of the inning. Patrick Ward due up to the plate. He singled in the second and advanced to second. Follows that one towards the Doubledays dugout. The 0-1 outside for ball 1. Counts tied at 1-1. 1-1 count, 1 out, 3-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 1. The pitch from Rowe is smacked into center field and dropping for a base hit. Ward is 2 for 2 on the night. 2 singles so far in the game. Up to the plate now is Eddie Kaufman. Off of first is Ward. The throw down to first is not in time. Five hits on the game for the Pioneers. Doubledays have 3. A breaking ball that misses upstairs. 1-0 count. Rowe pitching from the stretch, comes set. The pitch on the way, and that one is swung on and missed. Kaufman grounded out to third in the second inning. The 1-1. And that's a pickoff attempt towards first, not in time. Try and get Patrick Ward. Counts tied at 1-1. The pitch inside for ball 2. 2-1 count. The pitch, and that one's fouled down the third base side. Counts tied at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Eddie Kaufman. Rowe pitching from the stretch. Gives Ward a look on first. The pitch. And that one is taken for a ball. Count is full. The pitch on the way, and that one is swung on and missed by Eddie Kaufman. 2 strikeouts so far in the inning. And guess what? That's 5 on the night for Gage Rowe. Racking up those strikeouts by inning. Picked up 2 strikeouts in the third. His first strikeout on the night was in the second. Up to the plate is Coy Schwanger with 2 outs. First pitch finds the zone. 0-1 count to him with 2 outs. On first still is Patrick Ward. Not showing any signs of potentially stealing, and there's a pickoff attempt to try and get him. Rowe really sending a message to Ward, telling him not to steal. The pitch, and that one is fouled. 0-2 count as Rowe gets ahead. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wanger in the box. He struck out swinging in the second. He was Rowe's first strikeout victim of the night. The pitch, outside upstairs for ball 1. 1-2 count. There's another pickoff attempt. Again, not in time. The 1-2, and that one is fouled back. Schwanger stays alive. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 1. On first still is Patrick Ward. The pitch on the way. No call from the home plate umpire. Gage Rowe thought he caught him looking. Counts tied at 2-2. The pitch on the way, and that one's going to be hit to the second baseman, Sandell. The throw to first is in time. Runner left stranded. 3-2 ball game. Roy Schwanger is retired on a ground out to Sandell's glove for the third out in the top of the fourth. Still a 3-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll be right back. We're back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Gabe Sanders drew up to the plate. He singled, picked up a stolen bag, and scored in the second. Chops at that one and fouls back. Count is 0-1. 3-2 ball game. On deck is the man of the hour, Adam Sullivan. Hit a home run to score Sanders in the second. Was a tie ball game. He went up to the plate, made it a 3-1 ball game. Score is now 3-2. 1-1 count to the righty Sanders. The pitch, and that one's fouled back. 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch, and that one finds the strike zone. Second strikeout of the night for Garrett Rochon as he catches Gabe Sanders looking as the first out in the inning. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Sullivan up to the plate. First pitch is a ball. 1-0 count with 1 out. Pitch on the way, and that one's taken for a ball downstairs. 2-0 count. The pitch, and that is downstairs for a ball. 3-0 count. The pitch on the way, taken for a strike outside corner of the plate. 3-1 count. Sullivan still well ahead in the zone. The pitch on the way. Outside for a ball 4. Adam Sullivan is going to make his way down the first base side as he picks up a walk. 2 up to the plate is Dalton Groves. He was hit by pitch in the second, then was out, caught stealing. One out, Sullivan off of first. Roshan comes set. The 0-0, and that one's fouled. Sullivan's going to have to go back to first. He was trying to steal on that one. Oh, 1 count, 1 out. Roshan's going to step off and throw it down to first to try and pick off Sullivan. Sullivan's already dancing around off of first. Another pickoff attempt to try and get the speedy third baseman. Sullivan's safe both times, still on first. Already a few steps off. Another pickoff attempt. This time a little closer. Sullivan's still safe though. Another pickoff attempt. 4 straight pickoff attempts from Garrett Roshan to try and get Adam Sullivan. The 0-1 to Groves is popped up to the second baseman, Matthew Lehey, who makes the grab for the second out. We've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 1. Alex Sandell due up to the plate. He grounded out to second base in the second inning. Sullivan still on first. Another pickoff attempt from Garrett Roshan to try and get Adam Sullivan. Roshan pitching from the stretch, comes set. The pitch on the way to Sandell is a strike. 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. There is movement in the Pioneers bullpen. The pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. We do have a pitcher stretching in the Doubledays bullpen. The 0-1, and that one's going to be drilled into left field. Running back is Aiden Stern. He's underneath it, and he makes the grab for the third out. Runner left stranded on base. That's Adam Sullivan. No hits, no runs. 3-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. T-shirt gun in between innings. That was fun for the young fans here. 3-2 ball game. Been a fun night so far here at Falcon Park. A close game between the second place Doubledays and third place Pioneers. Rose still on the mound. He's going to pitch that one to Aiden Stern, who bunts but pulls that one foul. Stern is 0 for 1 on the night. Popped up to center field in the second. 65 pitches on the night for Gage Rowe. The pitch on the way is swung on and missed. 0-2 count. The 0-2 just outside for ball one. 1-2 count. The 1-2 on the way. Outside, same location. Counts tied at 2-2. And that one's going to be hit to Alex Sandell, who gloves it. The throw to first is in time. No, it's not. Field umpire says that the throw did not beat out Aiden Stern. Instead, it is an infield single for the last batter in the Pioneers lineup. That's the first runner on first base for the Pioneers here in the top of the fifth. 6 hits on the game. Stern was flying down the line. It was a great throw by the second baseman Sandell, but unfortunately could not beat out the speedy Aiden Stern. Lineup's going to flip over. Matthew Lehey due up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Hit for a ground out to shortstop in the first and hit for an error in the third, but he did score. And there goes Stern as Lehey lays down a bunt, hit to Sullivan. The throw to first is in time. What another great play by the third baseman, Adam Sullivan. He understood that a bunt was coming, ran in, got it, made the throw to first for the first out to retire Matthew Lehey. We've got one out here in the top of the fifth inning. Runner in scoring position. Advancing was Aiden Stern. One out. Up to the plate is Cooper Smith, 0 for 1 on the night, struck out swinging in the third. The pitch to him is outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes, one out. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit down the first base side, but stay foul. Counts tied at 1-1. On deck is Andy Schroeder, who was hit for singles and back-to-back at-bats in the first and third. Scored an RBI in the third as well. The 1-1 downstairs for a ball. Count is 2-1. Rowe comes set, the pitch, and that one's going to be popped up. Rowe's running over to it, but it ricochets off of the screen. Staying alive is Cooper Smith. Count is tied at 2-2. Rowe pitching from the stretch, comes set, going to give Lehey a look. The 2-2, and that one's low for ball 3. Count is full. Dalton Groves walks that one out there to Gage Rowe, gives him a moment to catch his breath. Count's full. Rowe's got 5 strikeouts on the night, looking for another one here. Can he do it? Lehey dancing around the pitch, and that one's going to be hit to the shortstop, Grapuso. The throw to first is in time. Great play by the shortstop, Gavin Grapuso, for the second out in the inning. Stern does, in fact, advance to third base, so a runner is 90 feet away from scoring, but we do have 2 outs. As Cooper Smith is retired. Up to the plate is number 34, Andy Schroeder. 2 for 2 on the night. Aiden Stern is on third base. 1-0 count. The pitch. That one's taken for a ball downstairs. Count is 2-0. Schroeder well ahead in the count. The pitch, and that one's going to be popped up out of play against the Doubledays clubhouse. 2-1 count. Half of a full count to the lefty, Andy Schroeder. The pitch, taken for a ball. Count is 3-1. A hitter's count to Schroeder. Three balls, one strike, 2 outs. Row comes set. The pitch, high for ball 4. Schroeder walks. He reaches first base yet again. Steve LaRose makes his way out to the mound. Not sure if this is it for Gage Rose night. Runners on the corners. That's Andy Schroeder on first base. On third is Aiden Stern. The cleanup batter, Darren Callahan, due up to the plate. Callahan's 0 for 2 on the night. And that is going to be it for Gage Rose night. His night ends 4 2/3 innings pitch. Has 5 strikeouts on the game. Gave up 2 runs. And he only had 2 walks. So we'll be back as a relief pitcher warms up for the Doubledays. Top of the 5th still, 2 outs. Darren Callahan due up to the plate for the Pioneers. 3-2 ball game. Runners on the corners. Pitching now as Gage Rose night is done is number 43, Andrew Catrone, the kid from Washington, D.C., a rising junior at Kenyon College. Looking for a strong outing with 2 outs. Pioneers have 6 hits on the game. Doubledays have 3. Off of first is Schroeder. Off of third is Stern. And there goes. And that one's going to be cracked to right field. Running underneath that is Tyler Lejeune. He makes the grab for the 3rd out. Stealing was Andy Schroeder, but he is not going to get a stolen bag, as popping up off of 1 pitch from Catrone is Darren Callahan. 0 for 3 on the night. 3-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Bottom of the 5th. 3-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 1. Still on the mound is Garrett Rochon. Due up to the plate will be Skylar Mays, the last batter in the Doubledays lineup. Walked and picked up a stolen bag in the 2nd. He was left stranded, though. On deck is Grapuso, as the lineup will flip over for the 3rd time after Mays. The pitch finds the strike zone. 0-1 count. Rochon comes set from the stretch with no one on. The pitch is well high upstairs. 1-1 count. Doubledays defense has 1 error on the game. Pioneers defense has 0 errors on the game. The pitch, and that one is swung and a missed. 1-2 count. With no one on, no one out. Mays looking to be the first runner on base for the Doubledays. Rochon comes set, the pitch, and that one's going to be hit shortly to right field. But catching that, well, no, he drops it. The first baseman, Darren Callahan, drops that one. Ran back to shallow right field, and he drops it. That's the first error of the game for the Pioneers defense as Darren Callahan drops that one. We've got a runner on first base. I just jinxed the Pioneers defense. So with no outs as Callahan dropped that one. Mays on first. Grapuso due up to the plate. 0 for 1 on the night. Hit for a ground out to the pitcher in the 1st and walked in the 2nd. Mays already off of 1st. Rochon comes set, the pitch. So laid down a bunt, but pulled back. 1-0 count. One ball, no strikes, no outs. Rochon comes set. He's going to pick off attempt again to try and get Skylar Mays. Unsuccessful both times. Rochon gives Mays a look. Mays inching his way towards 2nd. Callahan keeps him close. The pitch. Grapuso lays down a bunt, but it is fouled towards the Doubledays dugout. Count is tied at 1-1. Grapuso trying to lay down a bunt to advance Mays to 2nd. That would put a runner in scoring position. Instead, it fouls. Mays still on 1st. Grapuso still up to the plate. 1-1. The pitch, and there goes Mays as Grapuso swings at that one. Mays is going to have to go back. A smooth slide into second base for Skylar Mays. Look kind of Trey Turner-ish. Player for the Philadelphia Phillies, known for smooth slides. 1-2 count. Mays still off of 1st. Callahan keeps him close. Rochon gives him a look. Grapuso up to the plate still. The 1-2, and that's downstairs for 2-2. Count is tied. Rochon approaching 80 pitches on the night. Espinal on deck. In the hole is Ryan Grundy. Mays off 1st, and there he goes to 2nd. The throw down, not in time. A stolen base for Skylar Mays to put a runner in scoring position. Count is full to Gavin Grapuso, a lefty leadoff batter for the Doubledays. Mays off of 2nd, dancing around. And stepping off is Rochon. Doesn't want Mays to steal. The pitch, and that one is low for ball 4. Grapuso walks. Two runners on, no outs. Espinal up to the plate. lays down a bunt, but pops up. And that one drops foul, first base side. Wild off of the bat of Espinal. Off of first is Grapuso. On second is Skylar Mays. On deck is Ryan Grundy. Espinal walked in the first, popped up to center field in the second. Fans on their feet, making some noise. Want to see a base hit from Espinal. Roshan giving Mays a look off second, and there both runners go, but they're going to have to go back. Espinal popped up down the third base side. Rapuso was stealing, and so was Mays. 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Rapuso off first, Mays off second, the pitch, and that one's going to be hit off of the glove of Evan Blanchard, and going to left field, being waved home is Skylar Mays. The throw into home is not in time. An RBI for Fernando Espinal as Skylar Mays scores. Rapuso on second, a base hit for Fernando Espinal, his first of the night. 4-2 Doubledays. Crowd starting to make some noise again here at Falcon Park with no outs, still 2 runners on. Ryan Grundy up to the plate with no one out, 2 on. He's 0 for 2 on the night, popped up to left field twice in the first and third. And stepping off will be Roshan as Gavin Grapuso got picked off. Good pickoff move from the starting pitcher Garrett Roshan to catch Grapuso stealing. That is the first out, though, in the bottom of the 5th. Tagging him out was Evan Blanchard. We've got 1 out. Espinal off of first. Roshan steps off, tries to pick off Espinal, not in time. On deck is Zach Bale. 1 for 2 on the night. The pitch, and there goes Espinal. The throw down to second. Not in time. A stolen base for the speedy Fernando Espinal. Another runner in scoring position. Ryan Grundy still on the plate. 1-0 count. Espinal off second. Ward keeping him close. The pitch on the way to Grundy is a ball. 2-0 count. Fans making some noise. You can feel the energy here. Falcon Park. Espinal leading off the 2-0. Taken for a ball. 3-0 count. Three straight balls to Ryan Grundy. Looking for a walk here. The pitch. Taken for a strike at the knees. 3-1 count. 85 pitches on the night for Garrett Roshan. Espinal off second. Ward keeping him close. Roshan giving him looks. The 3-1. Taken for a ball. Ryan Grundy is going to walk with 1 out. Pitcher warming up in the Pioneers bullpen now. Zach Bale up to the plate with 1 out. 2 runners on. The known extra base hitter already 1 for 2 on the game. In his last at-bat, he popped up to center field. The 0-0, and that one's going to be crushed to left field, but does not stay fair. 0-1 count to Zach Bale. Crushed that one, but unfortunately could not stay fair. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Grundy off of first. Espinal off of second. And he's going to steal the third. We've got a pickle and being tagged out. is Fernando Espinal. Second time that Doubledays runners have tried to steal to third off of second, but they get caught stealing. A great pickoff move from Garrett Rochon. And tagging out Fernando Espinal was the second baseman, number 2, Matthew Lehigh. We've got 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. That completely changes the at-bat for Zach Bale. Instead of 1 out, 2 on, we've got 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch to Bale is popped up to right field. Running over is Andy Schroeder. Drops in front of him. And being held at third is Ryan Grundy. A base hit for Zach Bale. His second of the night. He's 2 for 3. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Due up to the plate is Tyler Lejeune. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Bale off first. The pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. 2 outs to Tyler Lejeune. Bale off first. Off of third is Grundy. The pitch is a breaking ball that does not find the zone. 2-0 count. Balls, no strikes, 2 outs. The pitch outside. 3 straight balls to Tyler Lejeune. 90 pitches on the night for Garrett Rochon. On deck, if Lejeune reaches, is Gabe Sanders. Struck out looking in the 4th. 3-0 count. And that one's fouled back. Bale looked like he was going to steal, but instead stays at first. 3-1 count. Lejeune well ahead in the count, looking for a base hit or walk here. The pitch to him. Taken for a strike. Inside corner of the plate. Count is full. The pitch on the way, and there goes Bale, but Tyler Lejeune goes down swinging for the second time tonight. He's 0 for 3 on the night. 4-2 ball game, though, as Skylar Mays scores. Another run added to the board. Doubledays up by 2. We're going to make our way to the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Top of the 6th inning, leading off for the Pioneers is the third baseman, Evan Blanchard. 1 for 2 on the night, singled in the first, popped up to right field in the third. Andrew Catrone still on the mound. He's thrown 1 pitch in the game. Came into the game with 2 outs. And that one's going to be cracked into center field. Underneath that is Skylar Mays, and he makes the grab for the first out. Catrone has thrown 2 pitches, and both pitches have been pop outs. 4 outs. Up to the plate is Kelvin Warlow, 0 for 2 on the night. The pitch. And that is taken for a ball outside, 1-0 count. Warlow popped up to left field in the first, struck out swinging in the fourth. The pitch, and that one's going to be popped up to right field. Lejeune underneath that one, grabs it for the second out. A lot of pop-ups over Lejeune's way tonight. Up to the plate now is Patrick Ward, the shortstop. Reached first base twice off hits. He's 2 for 2 on the night. The 0-0 to him. Taken for a ball. Gets past Dalton Grove's glove. That one's going to be collected by the Auburn Doubledays bat boy. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Counts tied at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 count to Patrick Ward. The 1-2 just misses the zone. No call from the home plate umpire. Counts tied at 2-2. Must have just missed outside. Look good from up here. The pitch. And that one's going to be belted into left field and dropped for a base hit in front of Ryan Grundy. Patrick Ward, 3 for 3 on the night with singles. Keeps the inning alive for the Pioneers. Eddie Kaufman due up to the plate, 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Working with 2 outs and 1 runner on. Off of first is Ward. Bill keeping him close. The pitch is popped up right field side, but well out of play. Patron approaching 20 pitches so far in his relief outing. The 0-1 is fouled back. 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Off of first is Ward. The pitch, and that one's going to be popped up shallow right field. Running underneath that is Alex Sandell, and he makes the grab for the 3rd out. What a play to retire Eddie Kaufman for the 3rd out. 1 hit given up, no runs. All 3 outs were pop-ups. Still a 4-2 game. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 6th for the Doubledays at-bats. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. We have a pitching change here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitching now for the Elmira Pioneers, number 10, Aiden Cook. Cook, the left-handed pitcher from Xavier University, measures in at 6'3". He's from Penfield, New York. As the starting pitcher, Garrett Rochon's night is done. 5 innings pitch. He threw for 2 strikeouts, gave up 4 runs. He's still warming up on the mound. He's going to face off against Gabe Sanders. 1 for 2 on the night, singled and scored in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. Rochon actually had 3 strikeouts on the night. Struck out Lejeune, Sanders, and Lejeune again. Sanders making his way towards the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 4-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 2. Pioneers have 7 hits on the game. Doubledays have 5. Sanders up to the plate. Cook ready to go. The first pitch on the way from him is a ball. 1-0 count to Gabe Sanders. A fastball clocked in at 86 miles per hour. Time is 8:49 here at Falcon Park as the daytime slowly turns to nighttime. Lights are on. Beautiful night for baseball. 1-1 count. On deck is Adam Sullivan. 1 for 1 in the night. Hit a home run to score Sanders in the 2nd inning. The 1-1. Taken for a ball upstairs. Count is 2-1. Ball is 1 strike, no outs. The pitch, a breaking ball that finds the zone. Count is tied at 2-2. That one had a lot of movement to it. Good pitch there from Aiden Cook. Two-two. Misses downstairs. Count is full. 5 pitches on the night from Aiden Cook so far in his relief outing. Cook comes set. The pitch is fouled back. Sanders stays alive. That was going to be collected by the Doubledays bat boy. Never mind. Field umpire waves him off. The 3-2. A breaking ball that misses outside. A walk given up by Aiden Cook. Sanders finds first base. We've got a runner on here in the bottom of the 6th. Sullivan due up to the plate. 1 for 1 on the night. Hit a home run in the 2nd inning, then walked in the 4th. Looking to do some damage. Sanders off of first. Keeping him close is Darren Callahan. Cook gives him 2 looks. Comes set. Sullivan lays down a bunt, but it fouls towards the net. 0-1 count. Sanders off of first. Sullivan in the plate. Cook comes set. Thinks Sanders a look. Sullivan lays down a bunt again. Pulls back. Called strike down the middle. 0-2 count. Cook comes set. Sanders off of first. The 0-2 inside almost hits Sullivan's leg. Ricochets off of the glove of Coy Schwanger. Only goes a few feet in front of him. Staying put is Gabe Sanders. 1-2 count. Cook gives Sanders a look. Gets signs from Schwanger. Comes set. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. First strikeout of the night for Aiden Cook as he catches Sullivan swinging. We've got one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up to the plate now is Dalton Groves, 0 for 1 of the night, hit by pitch, then caught stealing in the second, popped up to the second baseman in the 4th. Sanders still on first. Cook giving him looks. Comes set, the pitch, and that one's going to be hit in the right field and caught by Schroeder. But stealing on that one was Gabe Sanders, and he's going to be out. So that will be 3 up, 3 down as Gabe Sanders is caught on the line drive to right field from Dalton Groves. Sanders did not tag up. That's it here in the bottom of the 6th. No hits, no runs. 4-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back. Boy Schwanger leading off here in the top of the 7th inning. 4-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 2. Schwanger 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out swinging the second. Grounded out in the 4th. Andrew Catrone still on the mound. The pitch to him is a strike, a breaking ball that finds the zone. That one clocked in at 69 miles per hour. What a pitch there from Catrone, the relief pitcher for the Doubledays tonight. 0-1. Another breaking ball. That one catches Schwanger swinging. 0-2 count. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit into center field and caught by Gavin Grapuso in shallow center field for the first out. One out here in the top of the 7th. Due up to the plate will be Aiden Stern. 1 for 2 on the night, singled in the 5th, left stranded on third base, then popped up to center field in the 2nd. The pitch from Catrone. No call from the home plate umpire. Looked good, but that is a ball. 1-0 count. 15 pitches on the night from Andrew Catrone. The 1-0, and that one is swung on and missed. The 1-1, and that one's going to be popped up through shallow center field. Running in is Skylar Mays, makes the grab. What a play by the center fielder for the second out. A great hustle play. Mays covered a lot of ground. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Up to the plate now is Matthew Lehey, leadoff batter for the Pioneers. Lehey 0 for 3 on the night, and he rips that one to left field, but going to be foul. Goes into the Doubledays bullpen. 0-1 count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Lehey. Trone comes set, the pitch, outside for ball 1. Now it's tied at 1-1 with 2 outs. The 1-1, and that one's fouled back. Count is 1-2. On deck, if Lehey reaches, is Cooper Smith. He's 0 for 2 on the night. One-two on the way is a breaking ball popped up to center field yet again. Running in is Mays. Sandell. Lejeune calls off the center fielder, second baseman. Great play by the right fielder for the 3rd out. 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, 4-2 ball game. We are going to make our way to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back. What an outing from the Doubledays defense. Back here for the bottom of the 7th, 4-2 ball game. Sandell up to the plate. That one is taken for a ball. Aiden Cook still on the mound. Thrown 13 pitches so far. Sandell 0 for 2 on the night. The pitch to him is fouled. Now it's tied at 1-1. One on the way. Taken for a strike at the chest. Count is 1-2. Sandell asking the home plate umpire where that one came in. Home plate umpire says chest. 1-2. Outside, count is tied at 2-2. Two on the way, and that one's going to be fouled. Staying alive is Alex Sandell. 2 count still to the righty Sandell. The pitch, and that one's outside for ball 3. Pitch on the way. Taken for a ball inside. Making his way towards first will be Alex Sandell. Picks up a walk, his first time on first base tonight. Skylar Mays due up to the plate. Scored in the bottom of the 5th. Picked up a stolen bag as well. Keeping Sandell close will be Darren Callahan. Mays up to the plate. Coming set is Cook. Giving Sandell a look, and laying down a bunt was Mays, but it popped up, hit off the roof of the stadium. Count is 0-1. 20 pitches on the night for Aiden Cook. No balls, 1 strike, no out, 4-2 ball game. Sandell on first. Sandell off first, the 0-1, and Mays laid down a bunt but pulled back. Count is tied at 1-1. And there goes Sandell to second, but he's going to have to go back because Mays swung at that one. 1-2 count. No stolen base for Sandell. Mays down the count, 1-2. Cook has 1 strikeout on the night thus far, looking for another one here. On deck is the leadoff batter, Grapuso. 0 for 1 on the night is Grapuso. Sandell off of first, keeping him closest. Callahan, Cook gives him a look. Comes set, the pitch. Upstairs for ball 2. Two. Breaking ball that hits off the leg of Skylar Mays. Gonna walk that one off. Count is still 2-2. Sandell's gonna have to make his way back to first again. Two count still. Sandell off of first. Callahan keeping him close. Cook comes set. 2-2 on the way, and that one is swung on a miss. Second strikeout of the night for Aiden Cook as he catches Skylar Mays swinging. We've got 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Lineup's going to turn over. Grapuso due up to the plate. And making his way out to the mound is the manager for the Pioneers, Andrew Drum. 1 out, Grapuso up to the plate, runner on. Not sure if this is going to be it for Aiden Cook's night. Looks like it is. And Cook leaves with 1 1/3 innings pitch. He did give up 1 walk, had 2 strikeouts, did not give up any hits. Will be back as a relief pitcher for the Pioneers warms up. Still the bottom of the 7th. The warm-up relief pitcher on the mound now is Mike Giesler, number 3. Comes into the game with 1 out and 1 runner on. Going to face off against Gavin Grapuso, who has walked in back-to-back at-bats. Lineup flips over 4 times so far for the Doubledays. 4-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. Giesler is going to give Sandell a look off first. The pitch taken for a strike at the knees. Giesler's first pitch of the night is a strike to Grapuso. 0-1 count with 1 out. Time is 9:09 here at Falcon Park. It is pitch black. Lights are on. Still a great night for baseball. 0-1, and there goes Sandell the second. The throwdown is not in time. Gets past the glove of Patrick Ward. Goes into center field. The throw into third is not in time. 2 stolen bases for Alex Sandell. He's on third base, 90 feet away from scoring. Count is 1-1 to Gavin Grapuso, the leadoff batter. Great heads-up running there by Alex Sandell, the 9th batter in the Doubledays lineup. Count's tied at 1-1. Grapuso looking for a base hit here to score another run. On deck is Fernando Espinal. Sandell off third, the 1-1. And is going to be hit shortly to Patrick Ward. Gives the runner a look. The throw to first is in time for the second out. Grapuso out at first base. That's the second out here in the bottom of the 7th. Sandell does not budge off of third base. Great play by Patrick Ward, the shortstop for the Pioneers, to pick up the second out. Espinal, who comes up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Hit for a single and stole a base in the 5th. First pitch to him is a ball above the chest. 1-0 count with 2 outs. Fans making some noise. Want to see a base hit to score Alex Sandell. Pitch on the way is going to be ripped into center field. Underneath that is Eddie Kaufman. He makes the grab. No hits, no runs. That is going to be it here in the bottom of the 7th. Still a 4-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the top of the 8th. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Back for the top of the 8th inning. Leading off will be Cooper Smith. First pitch to him is a ball from Andrew Catrone. 1-0 count, 4-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 2. The pitch is going to be ripped down the third base side, but foul. Great play there by the head coach for the Pioneers, Andrew Drum. Count is tied at 1-1. Trone passed 25 pitches in his relief outing thus far. The 1-1 is going to be hit to the shortstop. Grapuso gloves it. Throw to first is in time. What a play by the shortstop to pick up the first out here in the top of the 8th. So Smith is retired off of a great play from Grapuso. Up to the plate now is Andy Schroeder, Reese first base in every single at-bat he has had tonight. First, third, and fifth. 0-0 on the way from Catrone. Taken for a ball downstairs. .1-0 count. On deck is the cleanup batter, Darren Callahan. The pitch is going to be hit to Sullivan. Gloves it. Throw to first is in time. Back-to-back great plays by the Auburn Doubledays defense to pick up 2 ground out putouts. Callahan up to the plate, working with 2 outs, no one on. Callahan's 0 for 3 on the night. Popped up to center field, did pick up an RBI in the first. It was the first run of the game. He's going to hit that one to Grapuso. Gloves it. Throw to first. Is in time. What a play by Gavin Grapuso. Back-to-back great plays by him, and another great play by Adam Sullivan to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs. 4-2 ball game. We're going to make our way to the bottom of the 8th for the Doubledays at-bats. We'll be right back on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. 4-2 ball game. Due up to the plate will be Ryan Grundy. 0 for 2 on the night. Lefty batter in the Doubledays lineup. Popped up to left field in the first, third, and walked in the 5th, left stranded on third base. Going to face off against Mike Giesler for his first time tonight. Giesler has thrown 7 pitches thus far. Comes set from the windup. The 0-0. Taken for a strike. 71 down the middle. The pitch, and that one's going to be fouled back against the net. Every time that one comes against the net, looks like I could reach out and grab it. It's really tempting. Try and grab it, but I don't do it. 0-2. Swung on and missed. Ryan Grundy goes down swinging off of 3 pitches from Mike Giesler. That's a strikeout for him. Mike Giesler's first strikeout of the night. And that's the first time Grundy has struck out. We've got 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Up to the plate is Zach Bale. 2 for 3 on the night. His first time facing off against Giesler. The pitch to him is going to be hit into left field for a base hit. 3 for 4 night so far for Zach Bale. Reaches first base 3 times. What a night from him offensively. Only one pitch needed to put one in play. We've got a runner on first with 1 out. Tyler Lejeune due up to the plate. 0 for 3 on the night. 2 strikeouts. Grounded out in the third. Looking for a base hit here to advance Zach Bale off of first. Bale already inching his way towards second. The pitch from Giesler. Taken for a ball below the knees. 1-0 count. Giesler comes set. Gives Bale a look. There goes Bale to second. Swinging at that one is Lejeune, and he's tossed out by the second baseman Lee Hay for the second out. Bale advances to second, but put out was Lejeune for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. And due up to the plate will be the 5th batter in their lineup. Excuse me, 6th batter, Gabe Sanders. Guess I don't know how to count. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Bale off of second. The pitch, a breaking ball that finds the zone. 0-1 count. Giesler has only thrown 6 pitches here in the bottom of the 8th, has recorded 2 outs, gave up 1 hit. That one's outside, downstairs, counts tied at 1-1. Gabe Sanders, who bats .338 on the season, walked in the 6th and was out on a pop-up from Groves, the catcher. The 1-1, outside and upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 count, 15 pitches on the night for Giesler. Half of a full count to the righty Gabe Sanders. The pitch is high for ball 3. Three straight balls to Gabe Sanders. Bale is getting the attention, though, of Mike Giesler off of second. No one really keeping him close. The 3-1 taken for a ball upstairs. Gabe Sanders picks up a walk that is going to bring up Adam Sullivan with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Sullivan is 1 for 2 on the night, hit a home run in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and struck out swinging in the 6th. Been up to the plate every other inning. Looking for a base hit here for more insurance runs. Bale off second, and stepping off is Giesler. Ward was keeping Bale close. Giesler still giving Bale looks. Ward keeping him close. The 0-0 is going to be hit right to Giesler's glove and thrown to first for the 3rd out. So a hit given up to Zach Bale in the bottom of the 8th. Does leave 2 runners stranded. That's Bale off of second, and on first was Gabe Sanders as Sullivan hits one right back to the glove of Mike Giesler. Still a 4-2 ball game. Doubledays need to hold the Pioneers here in the top of the 9th, not give up any runs. They would win the game if they do that. Close game. Great battle between the 2nd place and 3rd place teams. We'll be right back for the top of the 9th inning on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Back here for the top of the ninth inning, a close game between the second place Doubledays and third place Pioneers. 4-2 ball game. Doubledays up by 2. Leading off will be Evan Blanchard. He's going to face off against the closer, Ethan Fulton, number 5. First pitch from him is taken for a ball. We are underway here in the top of the ninth. Pioneers have 7 hits on the game. Doubledays have 6. Fulton taking his time in between this next pitch. Comes set. Pitch on the way. Taken for a strike at the knees. Count is tied at 1-1. Ethan Fulton, a rising junior at St. John Fisher University, looking for a great outing here in the ninth. And that one's fouled back. Count is 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Fulton comes set. The pitch. No call from the home plate umpire. Count is tied at 2-2. Just missed the outside corner of the plate. Fulton comes set. The pitch. And that one's going to be smacked into center field. Running back is Skylar Mays. Makes the grab on the move for the first out. 1 out as Blanchard is retired. Due up now is Kelvin Warlow, 0 for 3 on the night. Popped up to left field in the first, struck out swinging in the fourth. And popped up to right field in the sixth. Fulton comes set. The pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1 count with 1 out. Fulton comes set. The pitch, outside for ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. The pitch, taken for a ball above the chest. 2-1 count, half of a full count to the righty Warlow. On deck will be Patrick Ward, the shortstop. 3 for 3 on the night is Ward. The pitch, called strike by the home plate umpire. Breaking ball at the chest. 79 miles per hour from Ethan Fulton. Counts tied at 2-2. Fulton looking for a strikeout here. That would be his first so far of the night. Comes set. The pitch. No call from the home plate umpire. Crowd does not agree with that call. Count is full. 10 pitches on the night from Ethan Fulton. Comes set. The pitch. That one's fouled. First base side and well out of play. The pitch, and that's ball 4. That's a walk given up to Kelvin Warlow with a full count. Patrick Ward due up to the plate, 3 for 3 on the night, singled so far in every at-bat. And he hits that one to Grapuso. He singles again as it gets past Gavin Grapuso's glove. Great attempt from the shortstop to try and grab that one. But instead, that is another base hit from Ward. He's 4 for 4 on the night. A great outing offensively for the shortstop for the Pioneers. 2 runners on, 1 out. Up to the plate is Eddie Kaufman, 0 for 3 on the night. Off of first is Ward. Warlow off of second. That pitch does not find the zone. 1-0 count. So a close game becomes even closer with 2 runners on. The pitch misses. The leading run is at the plate right now. for the Pioneers. Count is 2-0. The pitch, and that one's going to be fouled and out of play first base side. 2-1 count with one out. That is half of a full count to Eddie Kaufman. He's back in the box. The pitch, and that one's going to be hit to Sullivan. Throws it to second for the first out. The throw to first is not in time. So safe at first will be Eddie Kaufman. Out at second, though, is Calvin Warlow. Is Patrick Ward. And on third is Calvin Warlow. We do have 2 outs. Still 2 runners on. Leading run at the plate. A very close game with 1 run 90 feet away from scoring. Great play by Sullivan to pick up that 1 out. The pitch taken for a strike to Coy Schwanger. Kaufman off first. Off of third is Calvin Warlow. Patrick Ward out. 0-1 count. Fans on their feet. Want to see a strikeout here from Fulton. That one's fouled down the first base side. And the Pioneers are down to their last out and last strike. Let's see what Fulton can do. Can he get the save with runners on the corners and 2 outs? You can feel the energy. The 0-2, and that one's low. The throw down to second, not in time. Kicks off, and a run will score. A wild throw from Dalton Groves sends Calvin Warlow home. And on third base is Eddie Kaufman, picked up a stolen base. And then another one, 4-3 ball game. Pioneers keeping this one close, inching their way back, 90 feet away from scoring. And swung on and missed! Ethan Fulton gets the save. Strikes out Coy Schwanger, swinging. That's the ball game. The Doubledays win. The Doubledays win. What a outing from Ethan Fulton to pick up the save. The Doubledays win this one 4-3. The Pioneers fall 21-18. They are 2 games behind the second place Doubledays, move further back at third place. And the Doubledays will improve to 23-16-1. 7 games behind the Muck Dogs and now 2 ahead of the Pioneers. What an outing from Ethan Fulton to pick up the save. So the Doubledays will improve. They pick up the win here. Having a great night at the plate was Zach Bale, went 3 for 4. But the MVP of the game for the Doubledays was Adam Sullivan. 2-run home run into right field. Wasn't for that blast, the Doubledays would be losing and we'd be going to the bottom of the 9th. But instead, that is the ball game. Garrett Rochon will get the loss. Getting the win will be Gage Rowe. Ethan Fulton will get the save. Great outing from the Doubledays pitching staff, hitting, and defense. The Doubledays will be back home on Saturday versus the Newark Pilots as they move closer to the first place Batavia Muck Dogs. Only 3 games left in the season before the playoffs. Great game tonight by the Auburn Doubledays. They get the win. We'll be back Saturday at home versus the Pilots. I'm Evan Crocio. Another great game by the Auburn Doubledays for the win. We'll be back Saturday on the Auburn Doubledays YouTube channel. Thank you for listening. Have a great night.